Amirah Makimat Juso. My matric number is A21B2996. Financial analysis is the process of assessing the performance and suitability of enterprise, project, budget and other financial related transactions. Financial analysis is used to assess economic trend, establish financial guidelines, create long-term corporate activity plans and pinpoint potential investment opportunities. This is accomplished by combining financial data with numbers. Financial analysis will carefully go over the income statement, balance sheet and cash flow statement of a corporation. Both corporate finance and investment finance environment are suitable for conducting financial analysis. Calculating ratios from the data in the financial statement to compare against those of other companies against the company's own historical performance is one of the most popular methods for analyzing financial data. Our group was chosen to conclude by Bank Islam Malaysia BERHAD and MALAYAN BERHAD. As calculate and perform for financial ratio analysis by our company, we gather data from Bursa Malaysia website. The annual report cover the fiscal years and December 2019, 2020 and 2021. The method for analyzing financial data is calculate all the ratio from the financial statement data and to perform a 3-year trend analysis using horizontal and vertical analysis.
Bank Islam Malaysia BERHAD is an Islamic bank based in Malaysia that has been in operation since July 1983 until now. Bank Islam was set up basically to have the money-related needs to the country Muslim and expanded its administration to the broader populace. The bank has now give Sharia-compliant card administration and versatile banking.
Hi, my name is Divya Bharati, daughter of Sailor, and my matric number is A21B3475. Now I'm going to present the second business lecture is about Maybank. Nation Banking BERHAD was founded on May 31, 1960. Maybank CEO is Dato' Abdul Farid Alias. Maybank is the largest company by market value, which is the Bursa Malaysia. Maybank operates in 18 countries including all 10 Asian countries. Maybank was the finest 2000 company in Malaysia and among the 500 in worldwide. Maybank International Network is headquartered at Menara Maybank in Kuala Lumpur. Maybank offers commercial, investment, Islamic, offshore, leasing and hire purchase services, insurance factoring, trustee services, asset management and stock broking, nominal services, venture banking and internet banking.
Hello, my name is Nur Amalina Bekini Ismail. My matric number is 8182698. My friend Muhammad Razin Nasrul and I will cover the horizontal analysis part. On this part, we have 4 elements to complete, which are liquidity ratio, activity ratio, leverage or solvency ratio, and profitability ratio. On this 4 ratio, we prepare by another different item to complete. But you know what is it? Stay tuned and come back with me. So in liquidity ratio, we have 3 different items to complete, which is current ratio, quick ratio, and net working capital. Plus, as you can see on top of the slide, I put the logo of Bank Islam Malaysia BERHAD. Since it means that the population on this slide are about Bank Islam. Okay, let's see the third table, net working capital. The formula is current asset minus current liabilities. By the years, from 2019 to 2021, net working capital was continuously increased. This shows that Bank Islam has additional cash to cover the amount of current liabilities in 3 years.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Razin bin Nasrul. My matric number is 81A2679. I stand here for continue the presentation about horizontal analysis. So, my part is activity ratio. Same with my friend Nick Amalina. The logo on top of the slide symbolizes that what I thought. As you can see, I prepared to you Malayan Banking BERHAD activity ratio. Let's see table 4. It's about fixed asset turnover. Ratio for 3 years are continuously increase. This shows the effectiveness of Maybank BERHAD in generating sales and managing inventory. We move to the next ratio, leverage or solvency ratio. Let's focus on the first table, which is debt ratio. The formula is total debt per total asset. The answer is stable from 2019 to 2021, which is 90%. This shows that Maybank BERHAD has a higher amount of debt to finance assets. Finally, profitability ratio. For this ratio, I choose from Bank Islam Malaysia BERHAD. What I calculate for this part are gross profit margin, operating profit margin, net profit margin, and return on asset. Let's see the fourth table. Ratio for return on assets are decreased from 4% to 3%. This shows that Bank Islam needs to improve their operation management to gain more profit.
Hello, my name is Sajida Anati binti Ismail and I'm a matrix A21A3062. I would like to continue this presentation with vertical analysis. First is current ratio. The current ratio for Bank Islam and Maybank BERHAD is quite maintained year by year, but the current ratio for Bank Islam is better than Maybank BERHAD because the ratio of Maybank is larger than Maybank BERHAD. For quick ratio, the quick ratio for Bank Islam and Maybank BERHAD was maintained at the same digit from 2019 until 2021. So in conclusion, ratio of Bank Islam and Maybank BERHAD is in the same ability was maintained from 2019 until 2021. The net working capital In the conclusion, the net working capital for Bank Islam and Maybank Berhad is efficient because both of the company has additional cash to cover the amounts of current liabilities in the 3 years. The total Bank Islam in 2019 is 0.054 and the ratio decreased to 0.045 in 2019, and in 2021 the ratio was decreased to 0.04. While the total assets turnover for Maybank Berhad in 2019 is 0.063 and the ratio has decreased 0.06 in 2020 and decreasing 0.008 in 2021. So in conclusion, Bank Islam are efficient in using its asset to generate revenue compared to Maybank Berhad is less efficient in using its asset to generate income. For account receivable turnover of Bank Islam is ineffectiveness compared to Maybank Berhad in collecting receivable because the account receivable turnover was less than 1 for 3 years. 6. For the inventory turnover, for Bank Islam in 2019 is the most effectiveness of inventory to generate sales, while in year 2020, Bank Islam is the least effectiveness to generate sales among the 3 years. For the fixed asset turnover, for Bank Islam was decreased from 9.21 in 2019 to 7.83 in 2020, while in 2021 the fixed asset turnover was increased to 12.94. So the fixed asset turnover for Maybank Berhad was increased 4.91 2019 to 4.99 in 2020. It rise higher to 5.32. So in conclusion, if company fixed assets turnover low, it will make the company face difficulties to generate sales from fixed assets.
In the year 2019 to 2021, Bank Islam has the highest percent of the debt ratio compared to Maybank Berhad. This is show that Bank Islam Malaysia Berhad has higher amount of debt to finance asset in 2019 until 2021. In conclusion, the higher ratio reflects the higher amount of debt to finance asset. For debt equity, based on the table, Bank Islam Malaysia Berhad has the higher percent of debt to equity ratio compared to Maybank Berhad. It shows Maybank has the lower amount than Bank Islam Malaysia Berhad. As conclusion, the debt to equity of Bank Islam Malaysia Berhad is better than Maybank Berhad because of the amount of debt to equity Maybank Berhad is smallest. Bank Islam shows the higher 4-time interest rate that dramatic increase to 0.98 times than Maybank Berhad. As a result, Bank Islam can meet low requirements and lower risk of debt default. For gross profit margin, Bank Islam had the same trend in 2019 to 2020 and decreased in 2021, while Maybank Berhad decreased in early and slightly increased in 2021. In 2021, Maybank had a higher gross profit margin compared to the Bank Islam. It shows Maybank Berhad has a higher contribution margin. In a conclusion, low contribution margin will affect the cost of creating a product or service and it will not help to generate a profit. Bank Islam Berhad operating profit margin continues to increase for 3 years, but Maybank Berhad decreased from 2019 to 2020 and slightly increased in 2021. All year, Bank Islam Berhad has a higher operating profit margin than Maybank Berhad. As a result, the operating profit margin of Bank Islam Berhad is stable compared to Maybank Berhad. The trend of net profit margin for Bank Islam Berhad is increased from 2019 to 2020 and decreased in 2021, while Maybank Berhad continues to increase. This shows that Maybank Berhad has a better income to shareholder than Bank Islam that in 2021 is decreased. In conclusion, the higher the ratio, the better income to the shareholder. Lastly, the trend of the return on asset for Bank Islam is the same from 2019 to 2020 and increased in 2021, while Maybank Berhad continue to increase 2% every year. As conclusion, the higher the ratio, the higher the return on firm's investment.
The next part is recommendation. Bank Islam and Maybank Berhad should improve their financial performance. Both companies should expand manageably. It does not cause debt to equity ratio to increase. Revenue growth can maintain the ratio stability. As sales rise, reinvest the money in the businesses by buying assets and settling the debt.
The conclusion is analysis of financial statement is extremely important for every business to grow and increase their revenue. It should not be compromised since it increases the efficiency of business operation. Better process and expert analysis can help in the detailed analysis process. Financial ratios are calculated using numbers collected from financial record in order to gather insightful data about a company. The figure on a company's balance sheet, income statement, and cash flow statement are used to perform quantitative analysis and evaluate a company's liquidity, leverage, growth margin, profitability, rates of return, value, and other factors. Considering the above analysis of the ratio, it is appear to be that the company of Malayan Berhad earned more profit annually in 2019, 2020, and 2021 than Bank Islam Malaysia Berhad earned.